deck profile on my Empty Jar deck. If you don't know what Empty Jar is, it's a deck that's based around trying to empty out your opponent's deck so that they can't draw any more cards and in turn they lose. So, let's get started. The main component of this deck is Morphing Jar. That's how it was built around. So yeah, then you have AD Changer to change its, you can change its battle position. That way, in turn, if it's face down, it can flip in one turn. That way you don't need to wait for someone to attack it. Needleworm does the same thing, basically, except nothing, no drawing or discarding or anything of that sort. Just they send the top 5 cards of the deck to the graveyard, so it's really helpful. Night Assailant helps with flip effects. So yeah. So wait, that's why I run 3 AD Changer, 1 Morphing Jar, 2 Needleworm, 1 Night Assailant, 1 Sangan, 3 Swift Scarecrow. I don't know. I like him. I can just discard him to negate whatever they have to attack me with. I like it a lot. I have Tour Guide, so I can bring out one of these guys, and then I can say Book of Moon it. That way it's face down. Then I can use AD Changer to flip it back up, and then I can, yeah. And then we have Book of Eclipse, which changes all face-up monsters into face-down position. So it's like Book of Moon on steroids. And then at end of phase, flip all face-down defense position monsters your opponent controls face up, and your opponent draws a card for each, again making his deck smaller. Really helpful. Then Book of, I don't know how to pronounce it, flips 1 face-up monster. Flips 1 face-down. Well, flips 1 face-down monster into face-up attack position, which is basically what AD Changer does. Yeah. Then we have Card Destruction. That's, again, to, you discard. I have a lot of drawing cards in this deck, so if you have a bunch of cards in your hand, you can just discard them. Or your opponent has a lot of cards in their hand, you could, because of, Book of Eclipse or something, they both discard it, and then your opponent draws more cards. Their deck gets smaller. Dark World Dealings, just helps shrink the deck. Foolish Burial, you can get AD Changers in the grave. If you didn't know, AD Changer to use its effect needs to be in the graveyard. 2 Magical Stone, which, I can't say it, never mind. This allows you to get one of your many spells back into your hand, allows you to get Morphing Jar back into your hand, draws, and also gives you a turn where your opponent can't attack you since you have nothing to defend against your opponent. Otherwise, you need to beat them pretty quickly. Pot of Duality, if you have a dead hand, plus you don't special summon in this deck, so. Shallow Grave, each player selects a monster in their graveyard and special summons it face down defense position. Morphing Jar or Needleworm. 3 Upstart Goblin, don't really matter, life points. Lava Golem in my side deck, another Needleworm in case I need it. Volcanic Queen, Feather of Phoenix, I really don't use that very often. 3-Dimensional Fissure, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Magical Mallet, 3 MST just in case they have a lot of trap cards tripping me up, and this deck was made before Pot of Duality and I haven't updated it since. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I'll save. Forgot to get rid of it. Okay, so that's basically it for this deck, and see you guys.